Tom Mullen is the kind of man most people envy. He's the owner of a billion-dollar airline, married to a woman who looks like she stepped out of a fashion magazine, and living in a sleek Manhattan penthouse that seems to hover above the city. His life is a perfectly engineered success story. But all of it, every bit of it, is about to collapse. It starts at a party. The rich and powerful have gathered to celebrate another milestone for Tom's company. There are champagne flutes in every hand, jazz spilling from a live band, and a corporate video on loop showing Tom's rise from a small-time pilot to one of the richest men in New York. He's smiling, shaking hands, laughing at jokes. But while the city watches him bask in his glory, someone else is making different plans. Miles away, in a cold basement that smells like mildew and rust, a man drills metal bolts into concrete. Another adjusts a video camera. Chains clink. A small mattress lies in the corner, covered with a child's blanket. They're building a cage. Not for an animal, for Tom's son. The next morning, Tom and his wife Kate take their 10-year-old son Sean to a science fair in Central Park. It's the kind of day that seems ordinary, until it's not. Kate volunteers as a judge. Tom steps aside to take a quick business call, and in the span of a single minute, their world shatters. Tom looks back, expecting to see Sean tugging on Kate's sleeve or racing between booths. But he's gone. They shout his name, run across the fairgrounds. Panic builds like a storm in Tom's chest. And then his phone buzzes. One message, one video. And everything stops. Grainy footage plays. Sean, blindfolded, tied to a bed, sobbing softly. A digitally distorted voice follows. "We have your son. $2 million. You have 48 hours. No police, or he dies." Tom doesn't wait. He calls the FBI. Agent Lonnie Hawkins arrives, calm and collected. She turns their penthouse into a command center. Surveillance vans roll up outside. Technicians wire the phones. Cameras are hidden in every corner. The demands come through quickly. 2 suitcases with $1 million each, unmarked bills to be dropped off at a specific location. No tricks, no tales. Cubby Barnes, one of the kidnappers, is chosen to pick up the cash. He's jittery, nervous, but compliant. Except he makes a mistake. He gives Sean a chocolate bar, tells him it'll be okay. That single moment of humanity sends everything spiraling. Clark, the group's enforcer, nearly beats Cubby to death for breaking protocol. Maris, the only woman among them, steps in and stops it. She's been growing more uneasy with every passing hour. The walls are cracking. What none of them know is that the most dangerous person in the group isn't Clark or even Maris. It's their leader, Jimmy Shaker, a decorated detective, a man with a badge, a gun, and a perfect cover. Shaker walks into the ransom drop zone like any other officer on duty. He sees Cubby being followed by the feds, and instead of helping, he pulls him aside, threatening him, reminding him who's in control. He doesn't want Cubby talking. Cubby panics and runs, trying to escape with the money. FBI agents intercept him. A shootout erupts. Cubby is shot dead before he can say a word. The last chance to find Sean dies with him. Back at the Mullen home, silence falls. The video feed replays Cubby's death. Kate breaks down. Tom stares at the screen, fists clenched. He's a billionaire, but all the power in the world can't find his son. In a grimy warehouse, Jimmy Shaker watches it unfold on a small TV. He curses under his breath. Cubby was never supposed to die. Now the timeline's tighter, the risks greater, and the pressure mounting. Maris wants out. She looks at Sean, this terrified little boy, and sees her own reflection. She's breaking. Clark wants to flee. Even Miles, their tech guy, goes quiet. But Jimmy doesn't blink. He tells them, "We finish this. We get paid." Back in the penthouse, Tom makes a decision. He's done waiting, done playing by the rules. He walks into the living room and tells the FBI to cut the feed. They protest, but he ignores them. He calls a press conference. Cameras flash, reporters jostle. Everyone expects a broken man begging for his son's life. Instead, they get something else. Tom steps up to the mic and says, "I'm not paying the ransom." gasps echo. Kate's face goes pale. Tom continues. The money is yours if you bring me the people who took my son. 2 million, dead or alive. Panic explodes across the city. Shaker watches from the hideout, furious. Clark starts shouting, "He just put a hit on us!" Suddenly, the power has shifted. The kidnappers are no longer in control. They're the targets. Bounty hunters, criminals, desperate men all start chasing whispers. Every bar and back alley in New York comes alive with rumors about the Mullen kid. The money on their heads is too good to ignore. Maris tells Jimmy they need to run. Jimmy slaps her, cold and unflinching. You want out? Then leave in a body bag. Sean sees it all. He's scared, yes, but also learning. Learning that this man who kidnapped him isn't just a thug, he's a cop. And that changes everything. Kate confronts Tom, furious. You just turned our son into bait, Tom replies quietly. If I do nothing, he dies anyway. The FBI wants Tom to retract the bounty. He refuses, doubles it. $4 million. No mercy, no deals. Jimmy realizes the crew is splintering. He makes his next move. He tips off the cops anonymously, says he knows where the boy is. He plans to rescue Sean himself, kill the rest of the crew, play the hero, walk away clean. He arrives at the warehouse with backup minutes behind, bursts in, shoots Clark dead, puts a bullet in Maris's shoulder, takes Sean in his arms. When he steps out of that building, cameras capture him like a scene out of a movie. The city erupts in applause. Jimmy becomes a celebrity. News outlets call him New York's bravest. The mayor praises him. He gets medals, magazine covers, interviews. But Tom? He doesn't buy it. Something about Jimmy's story doesn't sit right. He rewatches the footage of Jimmy's rescue over and over, every angle, every word. Then one night, Sean speaks. Sitting quietly, wrapped in a blanket, he whispers to his father, "The man who saved me was already there." Tom freezes. "Are you sure?" Sean nods. He wasn't breaking in. He was in the room before. That's all Tom needs. He hires a private investigator, off the books. Quiet. Together, they dig through Jimmy Shaker's past. They find complaint after complaint, brutality, suspensions, redacted files, and then something more troubling: money, large transfers, dummy accounts, offshore routing. Tom now knows. The man who rescued his son is the one who sold him. But Tom doesn't go to the police. Not yet. He invites Jimmy to the house under the pretense of a private thank you. Just a father being grateful. Jimmy arrives, smiling like a celebrity. Tom shakes his hand, offers coffee, plays it cool. But the house is wired. Hidden mics, cameras, every word recorded. Tom starts the conversation light. Then he leans in and says, "Tell me the truth, Jimmy. You were in on it, weren't you?" Jimmy freezes. His eyes change. The smile drops. "What are you talking about?" "My son said you were already there. You didn't rescue him. You took him." Jimmy tries to laugh it off, but Tom presses harder. "Where's the money, Jimmy?" Jimmy stands, voice rising. "You accusing me?" Tom says calmly, "I'm not accusing, I'm recording." Jimmy loses control, grabs Tom, slams him into the wall, screams about power and money and how the rich always win. And then, from the other room, his own voice plays back. Every word, every threat. Jimmy hears it. He's been caught. He bolts from the house. Tom gives chase. Jimmy doesn't run for freedom. He runs to grab Sean again. One last card to play. He finds the boy in the hallway, pulls his gun. But Tom is faster. He tackles Jimmy. They crash to the ground. Fists fly. Blood spills. Jimmy's stronger, trained. But Tom's not fighting for money or pride. He's fighting for his son. He beats Jimmy down, pins him. Police sirens scream in the distance. Jimmy's arrested on the spot, on camera. No escaping this time. The city watches the footage. A hero revealed as a monster. a father who rewrote the rules, a boy returned. The ransom money is gone, but Tom doesn't care. He has his son, and justice has been served. Because in a world where the system fails, sometimes the only way to win is not to play by the rules at all.